Hey guys, Alexis Ann here. I want to talk to you today about your newsletters. But caveat, I just got out of a shower, so I'm a little discombobulated and I'm starving, so I'm in my kitchen making lunch real quick. I'm a little shaky. But I had these ideas that I would normally share with my writing group, and I was like, I should share it with all of you too. So while I'm making lunch real quick, I'm going to tell you something important about your newsletter, and apparently make lunch at the same time. Starting with a spring mix, in case you were wondering. So newsletters, they are one of your most useful areas for gathering data about your readers. And there are a lot of ways that you can start to put that together, but we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about what kind of data it is that you can get out of your readers through your newsletter and why that could be really cool. So one of the things is when they open the newsletter. That's very important. Let me tell you how important it is. It tells you when and how you can reach your readers. It's something that television has done forever with the Nielsen ratings. When people watch TV, is it live? Do you watch it live? Do you watch it within 24 hours? Do you watch it on playback within 2 or 3 days? Do you watch it within 7 days? Do you watch it at some point during the month? These are all things that television is constantly tracking and looking into for viewership. You can do the same thing with your newsletter. You can monitor how many people open your newsletter right away. Maybe not right away. Like most of the newsletter services are pretty good about giving you fairly real-time information, but it isn't real-time. But it's close. It's good. It's good enough to know that, hey, 5% of my people on my list open my email right away. It hit their inbox and they opened it. And they clicked. That's another thing that's important to look at. Are they opening it right away, and are they clicking right away? And what are they clicking on? Because hopefully you're giving them stuff to click on in your email so that you can track their behavior. Whew. So the next thing you're going to look at is how many people are opening it that day. This is going to give you a lot of insight. Maybe 20% of your list is opening that day. Not even 24 hours, but within that day. And maybe 2 or 3% of them are clicking. And you can look at countries that are opening it, so you know, hey, I'm sending my newsletter on this day in my morning, but I actually have a lot of Australian readers who are opening it many hours later when it is convenient in Australia to open an email. Valuable information. We're moving on to quinoa, in case anyone cares. How many people are opening within 2 to 3 days? So maybe the day of the week you're sending it out isn't necessarily convenient for everybody. How many people are opening it within a week? And I think these 7 days are the most valuable because it says this email was in their inbox and they cared about it. We're adding chickpeas. And one of the cool things you can start to look at, I have 2 different kinds of chickpeas I roasted this week for my salads. One is honey mustard and one is garlic and olive oil. I over roasted them a little bit, so they're kind of super crunchy. My bad. And now we're doing avocado. And that's it for avocado for me this week. So if you have people say you have a really awesome open rate for a romance author, and you have a 50% open rate, and you're seeing that 25% of your mailing list is opening day of when you send it. It's awesome. Great. Fantastic. But as you're monitoring your opens, you realize there's another whole solid 20% of people are opening it on a completely different day of the week. Maybe it's a Thursday or a Friday, maybe it's a Saturday, because you have a lot of, let's say, corporate type people, 9-to-5ers, who just do not have time during their week to open and read a romance author's newsletter. I have avocado all over my thumb. that's valuable information. Maybe you should test then sending your newsletter on a different day of the week. I send mine on Tuesdays. It just kind of happened that way because a lot of people send newsletters on Mondays, and I like Tuesday. That's how I picked it. Will I always do it on Tuesday? That's something I'm going to start digging into my own data to look at. Right now it's working for me. But if I start to see that all of my readers or a huge percentage of my readers are opening on the weekend, maybe I need to start sending it on the weekend. Maybe I should try Mondays. I don't know. But your newsletter can give you that kind of data, and it can start to give you subsequent insights into who your readers are. You think you have an idea, and a lot of the time you do have a pretty good handle on it. But sometimes you can start to see more in your newsletter or data. The countries that are opening, how many are being delivered to those countries, what day of the week they're opening. Might give, like I said, it might give you insight that maybe they're more 9-to-5 business people as opposed to maybe college kids or stay-at-home moms. We all hit different demographics, and those people have different times that are better available to them. And as you figure that out, you can tweak your newsletter, but you can also use that data to tweak social media posts, the type of teasers you make, all kinds of things, just using that data. And because I know you guys are going to ask, this is the completed salad. We call it the Merry Chris Special because on our HBIC Nation Founders Rating Retreat, she taught us all the joys of a quinoa salad. So we've got Julia's chicken, Merry Chris's quinoa, some avocado chickpeas, which Merry Chris also taught me the joy of, and Merry Chris's quick and easy lemon olive oil dressing on top. So I'm gonna go eat. You guys go look at your data.